I was just like almost soon because he's at the point now where he's like, yo, dad, like, I'm doing this stuff because it feels nice or whatever. And he was talking to me about the same thing you just said. He was like, when I was in middle school, people was getting down. Like, I got introduced to it. And it's like, my case, they didn't talk to me about it. So I found out about it through the community around me.
How old is your dad?
My dad was born in 59, so he's like 66.
So here's where you have to show him grace. Because how I grew up, my dad had many faults. I had very little, from clothes, didn't have shoes. I talk about this in my book. And
I've seen that. Yeah,
some of
I've
the things
seen
I
that.
say about it, his feelings were hurt, and I'm like, I can only say it because this is why I am where I am.
Right, right.
But why I show him grace, and we have to show our black parents grace, is because you have to you have to rewind back.
Yeah.
Your dad was born in 1959,
59.
so 1968, Dr. King was killed. Your dad was 11 years old. What was America like then?
Yeah.
You think about the privilege and entitlements that you have now.
Yes.
That he didn't have.
Right.
Even if you go 30 years, let's just say 20 years later, 1979, he was 20 years old.
Still different.
Yeah, he didn't have, businesses and companies were shutting them out, weren't giving them seats at the table. Yeah. So you had to, probably didn't have insurance.
Yeah.
So now what I look at with my dad grew up in Houston. He was born in Houston. So my dad was born in 1953.
Okay.
So now.
So they had you young too then?
Yeah. So, no, my dad was, he was 22. So not too young.
Yeah, right.
But think about in 1953, think about when his dad was born.
Yeah.
So let's just say his dad was born, he was 35 years old when, I don't know how old he was.
Yeah.
So you're now talking about the 1919 during the Great Depression.
Yeah.
So America was already fucked up.
Yeah.
Now, you talking about a black man living in Texas. Walk down any street, you get lynched.
Right.
So now, what does he teach my dad?
Be quiet, keep it moving, don't say nothing to the
You don't have anything, you don't have a pot to piss in. So how you teach my dad and then him growing up, and what is he teaching me?
Right.
And that's why I say you show him grace, because we grow up in America where we have more equality. I won't say
fully.
Yeah. And so we're literally, I know we say this all the time, we're literally our ancestors' wildest dreams. Because what we get to do, what we do, how we move, what we have in our pockets, what we drive, where we can go to restaurants. You just walk in a restaurant and say, I need a table for two. And mean mug them if they don't give you a table.
Right.
But back then, excuse me, sir, where do the colors sit? Where do we, so that's why I always have to remember, like, how my dad raised me or didn't raise me, or what he did for me or didn't do for me. Like, what did he know to teach me?
Yeah.
So now I get to teach my kids so much. So when you say that, I talk to my boys about everything. We watch a lot of movies. Yeah. How did you think? What did you think about that? Like, every little thing.
Yeah.
What did you think? Because I'm trying to figure out who they are.
Right.
Every movie that I watched, they watched. So now they're always like, every black movie, they've seen all of them.
Right.
All my boys.
Right.
So now they ask their kids, did you see Color Purple? Did you see Do the Right Thing?
Right.
They've seen all those movies.
Right.
And now, because I wanted them to understand why I think the way I think, how it shaped me.
Right.
You'll never be in my shoes. You never get to understand the life that I live. But if you can understand the origins of black people and the struggle that we had, like, Do the Right Thing was police brutality back in the 80s.
Yeah.
So we just talked about it, and it hit the forefront with George Floyd.
Yeah.
But
And the new, yeah, and the
yeah,
modern, yeah.
now, because I wanted to understand why I think the way I think, how it shaped me.
Right.
You know, you'll never be in my shoes. You never get to understand the life that I live. But if you can understand the origins of black people and the struggle that we had